rewarded for your efforts. The Federal Reserve has served the interest of the very wealthy. You could not have runaway entitlement spending, and you could not have the wars fought if you didn't inflate and destroy the currency. So these are events that are coming about. We have not ever talked about them before in a presidential campaign, and the issue is big government or individual liberty. And it is the issue of liberty that can bring us together. Not so much that we would agree on how to use our liberty, but precisely because people are different. People want to use their liberties in different ways, but it is not confrontational if we all get together and say, we want to be free people, we want to run our lives as we choose, our lifestyle should be our own decision, our money that we earn should be our own, and the government should butt out of it. And if we have the freedom today, most people understand this, we have the freedom of picking our own religion. And there's many different religions, and we can pick no religion if we don't want to. And we don't feel intimidated, and we don't have to endorse what people do and pick. Same way with our intellectual liberties. We're allowed to read the books we want, even very dangerous philosophies that can do damage to us. We're allowed to read and study. But why is it? If we protect intellectual and religious liberty, why can't we protect the liberty of you to put into your bodies whatever you choose? When we were having a vote on the House floor once on this subject, they were voting to take away more of your personal liberties, and I asked a member sitting next to me, why are you doing that? He says, the people are too stupid. They don't know how to take care of themselves. But tell you what, if we ever go and accept fully this notion that the government can protect us against ourselves, there is no liberty left. And this is the reason it has to be up to the individual. Does that mean that each and every one of us will make the right decision? No. Some people are going to make mistakes, but you have to assume responsibility for those mistakes. But what happens if you defer? What happens if you defer to the politician and the bureaucrats? They make a mistake. We all suffer the consequence. Yeah. But it's this idea that if you legalize freedom, that you endorse what people do, and that's absolutely not the truth. Because people will use things differently and do things in different manners. The idea is that we as individuals make all our own decisions. We should decide what we smoke, drink, or whatever we do. So for me, even as a physician and knowledgeable enough to know that there are some benefits from raw milk, that isn't the issue for me as a politician. The issue, should you not have the right to make your own decision if you want to drink raw milk or not? Now others say, well, that's okay to a point, but we have to make sure that nobody ever uses any drugs. I said, you mean alcohol? Oh, no, we don't mean that. We're talking about those illegal bad things. And I said, well, guess where most of the addiction is? Is it on the illegal drugs? No, most of the addiction is on the prescription drugs. That's where the real problem is. But drugs and making our own decision is risky. There are some dangers to that. But the greatest danger in the war on drugs has been the war on drugs. Yep. Much more dangerous than the drugs themselves. Because there have been laws in the books, and rather recent, just since the 1937 or 38, they had the first laws against marijuana. So they, even through World War II, we were coaxing and asking people to raise hemp. And the founders all had hemp farms. And yet today, if you go out and start raising hemp and making industrial hemp, they say, oh no, you can't do that because it sort of looks like marijuana. we'll chase all those jobs up to Canada. Then we can buy the products from Canada because they can raise hemp. But this is the absurdity of it all. And what we have to think about is restoration of personal responsibility and personal decision making, and that's what freedom is all about.
Absolutely.